Good. Go twice. Last one now. 1, 2. 1, 2 up, body head, making miss. 1, 2, 1, 2 up, body head, making miss.
4-7.
Trying to put in response to Bellew and Froch.
Bellew and Froch, what can I say about them two of them guys? Come and meet me face to face. I'll eat Froch alive and I'll eat Bellew alive. And by the way, Bellew got his ass handed to him by a bantamweight.
Do you still hit the bag in there?
I've got one in my gym at home and I ate it for half an hour sometimes. I just get sweating out. Better than running, I can't stand running. So I just hit the bag just like. You think he's not been punished or been held accountable for his ludicrous, ridiculous, thuggish actions? Because it's not good enough. We don't want to see that around professional boxing. We don't want that around our beautiful sport. But anyway, Big John Fury, you won't be headbutting Tony Bellew. He would end you with one little jab hook, it'd be game over. And the same with me, you won't be headbutting me. Don't come anywhere near me, nowhere in the vicinity within my jab, or you will be getting ironed out. You'll be unconscious. You'll be snoring before you hit the floor. Big John Fury, the bare knuckle champion, the fighting man. You'll be asleep before you hit the floor. So don't talk rubbish. Let's just move on from it. Stay in your box that you've been put in. You've piped down, you're quieting down. That's good. They've obviously had a word with you. Keep your mouth shut. Stay out of trouble, because if you don't, there's going to be serious ramifications. So stay piped down, stay in your box, keep your mouth shut, and we don't want to see any more of you. At the press conference, at the weigh-in, they didn't want to see you on fight night. You'll sure be jumping around like a jack in the box, but stay in your box you've been put in, and stay out of my way, because I can assure you it will not end well.
To the lads, I wish it was last weekend, but the weekend just gone. Well, we've got 5 days to wait now, so I'm expecting that if it's not a career best performance.
You know what I'm saying? I've been round the gyms all my life. I've come off 200 years of knowledge in my head. These people can't compete with John Fury, and you'll see it.
I'm not going to big myself up too much. So he's never stepped into the ring, which is what I'm trying to get at, with a real professional boxer. Ever. And recently he's been running his mouth saying, if you got me in a ring, a boxing ring, UFC ring, the only ring I'd be getting in is a boxing ring. But he said he'd choke me out. So maybe when he sees me he's talking about choking me out. But let's just be clear about this. He won't be choking out anybody. Yeah, you cracking up laughing. What was all that about? Yeah. What was so funny about that? Why didn't you stay? Why didn't you say there? Why didn't you step in and say, "Hang on a minute"?
I went
Roger, in a boxing match.
even told him I think he'd knock you out, like personally.
What?
Do you know
To try and build it.
I'd love the fight though, wouldn't it? I mean, like you got Tony Bellew over there. He's going, do you know what? I could beat that Bridgerweight. Like I watch you on the bag sometimes, right? You, in my opinion,
Bellew coming back.
He said, like, I just feel like a fight comes up. You know what it's like. You've looked at it before, and like, you know.
I watched Carl Froch getting knocked down by George Groves. He was gone. Carl Froch has an incredible will to win. The fights that he's had with the great champions, and he's come out of the sport intact. For John Fury to be calling out Carl Froch on his opinion, because Carl Froch is entitled to give his opinion in boxing. If you can't have freedom of speech, what was the point of these men and women dying in the world wars, giving their lives in vain?
What do you think would actually happen if John Fury and Carl Froch, as he is,
Carl Froch could stand there and say to John, I'll give you 2 free shots, John. Hit me with your right hand.
He went and tried to approach Carl Froch, screaming all these things at him. You know, the fighting man, you know, John Fury, 100-0 on the hard road, in spite of the fact he's been ironed out in the boxing ring plenty of times, including by non-punchers like Henry acted one day, and it's all there for the people to see. He was going in on
fights. I mean, John Fury looked like he was trying to fight Carl Froch. Obviously, Carl has said a few things about John Fury over the last few months, and John Fury, being John Fury, went straight for him. I'm not quite sure what he was going to do if he got to him, but I guess that was the entertainment from the press conference.
He hits harder than people expect, I think a lot of people, obviously, they pick up on his boxing and how good of a boxer he is, but he hits harder than people expect.
Having a go at the Furies probably over his time on his channel, maybe, I'm guessing, and John didn't like that and wants to have a fight with him, something like that.
It was something like that. I don't think he was still necessarily turning down a fight.
What I do know is that John Fury and Carl Froch on the cobbles will be fun. I think they're
Froch.
Share Froch on fighting because I'm quite sure Carl's going to rip the life out of John after today. I think John did a job. John did a job and got the excitement going, got people talking. That's exactly what he did.
Father of the king of the world. I think he's referring to Tyson Fury. You know, when you have kids, you know, most people, when they want to talk about their children, they might pull their mobile phone out and show a few pictures. Big John just shows you his balls. That's where they came from. If there's anyone who needs a Manscaped advert, it's fucking
John Fury was doing that and goading Carl Froch. And I know John Fury doesn't like Carl Froch. Carl Froch mentions him, although I haven't really watched much of Carl Froch's videos lately. But Carl Froch, I know, has mentioned John Fury in the past. He's had a go with John Fury. They actually talked about having an actual, was it an exhibition or a boxing type match? And John Fury, the, you know, any man, any time, was saying words to the effect of, oh, I'll fight you, Carl Froch, but the money has to be right. And Carl Froch basically said, all right, well, if we arrange payment...
I would never back against Carl Froch on the cobbles. Ever. But John Fury's a big old lump. There'll be some illegal moves in there. Do you know what I mean? But if they ever get close...
What John does, he's very, very, very passionate around his sons when they're fighting, and it gets something out of him. I spoke to him, right, literally face to face, and I said, well, you know, what is upset? He said, I don't want people calling me out because I'll take any man on.
Yeah.
You know the comments.
Yeah.
My